Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna paneling on curved surface. Some of you guys had a question about paneling, and for making it beginner friendly I make a second video with voice, and I will be using some of those add-ons, links down in the description below. I use very often Hardops for like mirror, solidify, and all those plugins, and using very often for the modifier tools. Okay guys, now we can start with the plane and moving up somewhere like this and give it a cut in the middle there, go down. Okay, actually we can move with Alt S a little bit more. There we are. Now I can actually a little bit like this. Crease those edges. Control 2. Looking on wireframe. Can change the matte cap. Okay. Optimal display. Now I can subdivide and something like this. And for solving this issue here, edge flow, I can actually set flow, and there we are. Now we have decent amount of subdivision. Actually, I can add only 3 so we have evenly covered. Okay, there we are. This is enough. And now I can Q array X on those X's here. There we are. And then I can apply LP by selection, add more subdivision. Okay, there we are guys. Now I can apply the subdivision modifier. Go on top view, face mode, and I can select those faces, P by selection. I can use the knife tool here. Something like this. I can select also those faces, P by selection. Guys, don't worry about the triangles. When we subdivide, it solves its own. No problem there. And now you can see I have very dense mesh here. Like if you look this one and this one, it's like double the faces, because when we need to add higher detail or like very sharp corners, we need a decent amount of edges. And now I can use G tool for joining those words, or we can also use the knife. And for when you G it, also join the words together, you need to control if you have some doubles or not. And now I can also go down here and cut a little bit of those faces here and little bit of those. Okay, now I can, with circular selection, select all those faces. Okay. That's okay. And I like go in the properties and add this as a vertex group for later when you need to select it fast. And I always check by deselecting and select if the selection are done or not. And actually, we can also take those faces here and assign. There we are. P by selection. Also there, don't worry about the triangles, guys, no problem. And we can go further. Cut those faces. Okay. This is enough. We can cut here. And also here. Actually, we can cut also here. And here. Can apply. There we have some double words. Go in circular selection, selecting all those faces there. Okay. Can actually do it like this. So there. That's not a problem. Okay. Add a new vertex group. Assign deselect select. Now we can delete this, select. Something like this. And also we can connect those faces there. So words. Select again. Okay, there we are. And also we can delete this. Select. Okay, there we are. Here also take selection. P by selection. There we are, guys. Okay, now we have a decent amount of faces for later on when we add a tight bevel. We don't have any shading issues. First of all, we can take one. We can also take all of this, Shift Q, giving us solidify. Shift Q, solidify. And only the rim. We can like take a look if this is gonna work or not. Only here. Okay, we can take all and Control L, copy modifiers. Now we have everywhere solidified only the rim. Now we can apply these modifiers. But first, what we can do, what I like to do, is take all and then Shift D, duplicating it, moving to a new collection like backup, and now we can hide those ones because if we need to make some changes, it's very easy to come back and make those changes. So we have a little bit secure there. And now we can apply the solidify modifier. We can actually, is there applied or not? Okay. Going back. Okay. What we can do, because we have only one modifier, we can select all, and Hardops comes very handy. You can go to Control A and apply all modifiers. There we are. Now all those modifiers has been applied, and now we can A, Q, not working, it's not a problem. We can select one, Q, sharpen. This, by sharpen, Q, sharpen, we add a bevel weight of 1 on all those corners that are like 30 degrees at the moment. If we look, Q sharpen, we have 25. We can change it to 30, 60, how much we like. And I let somewhere about 30, 45, depending on the model. And this bevel weight we're gonna use for beveling. Bevel with 2 segments. And now when I open the bevel modifier, that you can select also in the modifier tabs, like you can add a bevel like here. You can see we have 2 segments, the limit method of weight, the profile of 1. And also the solidify modifier. If we don't have now the solidify, you can go on at the modifier tab and you can add where we are solidify there. You can add those solidify toggle stack, and now you can check on the only rim and even thickness, and then you have like a solidify on top of those planes. But actually it's very handy. You can use Hardops like Q, Shift Q, solidify, and you can change how it gonna looks. Okay, there we are. We have a bevel modifier of two segments with a profile of 1. And now we can add with Ctrl 2 a subdivision modifier, and then select all, and Ctrl L, we can link the modifiers. Okay, there we are. White looks now like very soft, because guys, on those planes here, actually we don't have a bevel weight. You can see, and if I go in edit mode, we don't have a bevel weight of 1. What you can do, Q, sharpen, Shift R, Shift R, Shift R, and Shift R. Shift R is when you click Shift R, it's repeating the last operation, and you can save time with this operation there. Now you can see we have everywhere angons like triangles and stuff like this, but guys, this doesn't matter. No afraid of triangles or angons. You can see if I enable optimal display, those angons and also those triangles become quads. What we're gonna do, we let those triangles, we can solve it also, but this is not important and you lose time. You can subdivide and then merge those words at the center, but this is not so important because later on when you subdivide it, it solves it on its own. Okay, what we can do, you can see we have a bevel there, and we can, for softening those edges, we can actually take with Q mark, we can take the sharp corner away there, and also here for giving a little bit a softer look there. Okay, and also here I can take those edges and remark this. And now also those edges for giving a little bit of softer edge look there. And actually we can remove also here the bevel weight, and also don't forget it at the outside. Okay, there we are. Now when you look, Hardops comes also very handy for checking the topology. Like you can see, we have not applied the bevel modifier, but if I gonna apply the bevel modifier, for example, you can see we have everywhere angons. What Hardops can do, you can select it with A, Q, and then go to Operation Polygon Debut, and it shows you up where you have triangles with a yellow mark, and with the red mark you can see the angons. It's very handy, guys. It's very time saving. And now you can disable the polygon debut. This is gonna work. A, Q. Okay, there we are. Before we apply the bevel modifier, what we can do at these corners, we can join. The first moment we have a triangle when you disable the bevel, but because we're beveling, it solves its own the problem. Now we have quads there, and also here we can do it like this. Okay, there we have an angon, but we can later solve it. And now we can join also those words here. Shift R, Shift R. And now we can cut also there. Okay. There we are. This is good. Okay. We can go further. J, Shift R, Shift R. This is good. Shift R. And also here. We can check. See it also. One here. And one here. J. And we look. Oh, we see. We need also one there. Okay, guys. This is good. And now we go on further. And we connect also those words here. And here. Here. And here. Also here. 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 And we can check it again. You can connect here and here. Okay. Here we have a triangle, but this is not a problem. We can solve it after applying the bevel modifier. We have also one here and one here, one here. Okay, there we have a triangle. We can solve it later. And I can connect also those edges here. Okay, guys. And here. Join also those. And one here. Yep. Okay. This is good. And now we can do it also with the inner part. Here. Okay. I think we are done. Don't worry about the triangles there, guys. Okay. There we are. Now we can start cleaning up those edges here. I also like to add bevel, apply the bevel modifier, take the crease and the bevel weight. Also here, apply the bevel modifier. Also we can do a Q mark. Takes out the bevel weight. And now we can apply here the bevel modifier. A crease to 0. And bevel weight also to 0. Q, A, Q mark. Okay. There we are. Now we can clean these. I can only connect those edges there, and we have a quad. Okay. This is enough. And now this is also good. Can actually disable subdivision. Okay. There we have also an angle. Okay. This is okay. And here. can disable. There we have an hang-on, but this is not a problem. We can solve it. Okay, what we can do here now is we can connect those edges here. And now we have a complex pull, and we can do it like this. Or what we can do, actually, can do it like this. We need to have a solution there. Okay. Can also actually do it like this. And now we have everywhere quad. This is one way. Okay. I check the mesh. Everything is okay. Don't worry about the triangles, guys. Can actually add an edge loop here for after when we go to the detailing stage. And now we have a triangle also there. We can disable the subdivision modifier, and here we can actually do it easily. If we subdivide this edge, we can connect it up, and now we have a quad also there. There we are. Okay, everywhere it seems to be okay. And here we have a triangle. Okay, can actually delete this, and now we can connect those two birds, and now can make a triangle there. Now we have a quad and add an edge like this. This is one way to solve the issue. You can also do it like this and connecting those edges. We have different possibilities, guys. You can also do it like this. No problems. You can see, no problem. Okay, guys. Now we can change the color of the mat cap. Single, and then we can like add a military green, something like this, and darken it up a little bit. Okay, now we can detail, adding some detail, and with the details you can go crazy, guys, but for the example we can add 2 holes here, insert those faces, Alt S, and individual origins, and scale it down, insert, extrude. By extruding it 2 times we can add a support loop there for also saving time. Okay, there we are. Can actually delete those faces. Okay, and now we can add a detail here. X, bridge those edges. for each edge loops. F. Also here. And now can remove two edges at the moment for sliding it with GG. GG is a very cool tool, and it comes very handy in those types of situations. Okay. Connecting to spurts. Okay. It's no problem. Knife tool, we are very fast. I can slide those edges up, add one more here, connecting here, and one here. Okay. Now I can add a bevel, like one segment. Okay. And now I can add the edge loop there and tightening up those corners. Okay. There we are. Detail there. Now I can take this edge, slide it a little bit down, and actually I can let it there. Bevel, and then extrude along the normals, offset even, sliding a little bit those edges out, dissolving unnecessary faces. Okay, actually we can little bit give a bevel of one segment there and subdivide, giving a supporting loop there, and also give a bevel there for support loop. Okay, there we are. We have a decent detail there. Okay. Now we can also add a detail here by sliding those words, and I can take here and by Alt E extrude along the normals. Actually we can inset first and then now we can check offset even. There we are. We can slide a little bit those edges here, and actually we can inset also those faces. Okay, there we are. Can connect this here, tightening up a little bit the corner, and also removing this here, G stretch. Okay, there we are. And now what we can also do, I can add a little handle there. You can by Control E offset move, extrude offset. You can steal the geo. For this add-on, we have also the links in the description below. Offset extrude. And now we can P by selection. And now we can Control E offset extrude. Something like this. You can actually X only faces. And then remove here these words. Okay. P by selection. Okay, and then we can bevel Control Shift B for add a bevel there, and we can come down the profile like 0.5, and we can look how it looks. Okay, we can also G-stretch this here. Okay, now what we can do is select all, Q, curve extract, and this is also very handy because of Hardops. Very easy to do. And now we can Q, convert to mesh, and now we have a mesh. And now we can, this is my boy, he's 2 years old. And now we can Shift C and remove this curve. And we can fill those faces. All the extrude along the normals. And also extrude those. Removing these faces. Q sharpen. This is too sharp. Actually, we can Q mark. And no, actually sharp, and change the corner to 60 degrees. So it's only here, the bevel weight. And then I can bevel 3 for wireframe. Okay, Control 2. There we are. Little handle there. And you can detail it further, going crazy with the details. But I think this is enough. And guys, if you have some questions, please let me know in the comments below. And thank you for watching. And thank also for the 300 subs and for your support, guys. Stay tuned. We see us in the future. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.